Good day everyone, welcome again to another episode of tax training. Today I will discuss to you exemption from income tax of foreign source dividends received by domestic corporation under the CREATE law or yung tinatawag natin na Republic Act 11534, no? At kailan po ang effectivity nito? July 2020, no? So, anong sabi po ng Section 5 of Republic Act 11534? Foreign source dividends received by domestic corporation. Ito yung mga corporation natin dito sa Pilipinas na meron silang subscription or meron silang investment ng shares of stocks ng foreign corporations, no? Are subject to income tax, no? Subject siya sa income tax. Pero may exemption siya. The same shall be exempt if all of the following conditions concur. So pagka nandito itong mga conditions na to, hindi siya maging subject to tax. At ano itong mga conditions, no? Para exempted yung dividend received by domestic corporation from foreign corporations, no? Number 1, the dividends actually received or remitted into the Philippines are reinvested in the business operations of the domestic corporation within the next taxable year from the time foreign source dividends were received or remitted, no? So kung ang ni-receive niya na dividend, ni-reinvest niya, hindi niya ginastos, no? Binalik niya as capital, ginamit ng corporations. So isang condition po 'yan na hindi magiging taxable yung dividend. Number 2, the dividends received shall only be used to fund working capital requirement, capital expenditures, dividend payments, investment in domestic subsidiaries, and infrastructure project. Ito naman po yung requirement for utilization. Ano yung utilization dito? Dito mo ginamit yung fund, no? Ano-ano yung pagkagamitan mo ng fund? Working capital, no? Ginamit mo siya na capital ng corporation. O kaya, ginastos mo siya sa mga capital expenditures. Ano yung mga capital expenditures? Nag-purchase ka ng mga equipments na pakinabangan mo not only for 1 year but beyond, no? Dividend payment, binayad mo rin ng dividend. Investment in domestic subsidiaries, nag-invest ka sa mga related parties mo. And also, infrastructure projects, no? Yung mga buildings, no? So, doon mo ginamit yung dividend, hindi siya magiging taxable. Okay. And letter C, the domestic, or number 3, the domestic corporation holds directly at least 20%, no? So, dapat ang parang ownership niya, percentage of ownership niya doon sa foreign corporation is at least 20%, no? Outstanding shares of the foreign corporation and has held the shareholding uninterrupted for a minimum of 2 years. So dapat 2 years uninterrupted, tuloy-tuloy, no? At the time of the dividend distribution. So in case the foreign corporation has been in existence for less than 2 years at the time of dividend distribution, then the domestic corporation must have continuously held directly at least 20% in value of the foreign corporation's outstanding shares during the entire existence of the corporations. Bakit? Kasi it can be na magpa-fluctuate yung investment mo sa isang corporations. But ang sabi dito ng batas, at least mamimaintain niya yung 20%, no, na value ng investment niya on the shares of stocks of that foreign corporations na magbibigay sa kanya ng dividend. Absent any one of the above conditions, so yung tatlong conditions na yan, kailangan nandyan lahat. The foreign source dividend shall be considered as taxable income. No? At the domestic corporation in the year of actual receipt or remittance subject to surcharges, interest, and penalties as applicable. For this purpose, no? So ito naman yung requirement po. Halimbawa, nag-avail na tayo ng exemptions ng dividend. Ito naman yung mga requirements, no? The domestic corporation shall, number 1, submit through the responsible corporate officers to the concerned BIR office within 30 calendar days from actual receipt of the remitted dividends a sworn statement, affidavit containing the fact of actual receipt and such dividends, no? So, the amount and the source, non-resident foreign corporation of such dividends, including their shareholdings in the non-resident foreign corporation and the holding period at the time of the dividend distribution, and a statement that they shall fully comply with the conditions of the exemptions above stated. So ito po yung mga requirements to avail of the exemptions. Okay. In the year of receipt of dividend attached to the audited sworn certification as to the fact, ito naman yung i-attach mo sa ITR, no? The fact of actual receipt of the remitted dividends, the amount and the sources, no, of such dividends, including their shareholdings in the NRFC and the holding period at the time of the dividend distribution. The fact that the domestic corporation through the board has appropriated, no? Kasi paano ba mag-appropriate ang corporations through its board of director, no? Has appropriated or has a plan to reinvest the dividends in the business operations to fund its working capital requirements. Capital expenditures, dividend payments, investment in domestic subsidiaries, or infrastructure project. And number 4, if any amount has been disbursed, a statement that's said disbursement complies with the above requirements, no? Kasi nag-disburse na sila, ibig sabihin ginamit na nila yung pera, ginastos na. Okay. The sworn statement or affidavit in item 1 hereof and the independent auditor's sworn certification shall be deemed as substantial compliance with the above conditions for exemption without the need of securing or written tax exemption ruling or certificate. So, hindi na kailangan na kumuha pa ng ruling, no, from the BAR. In addition, a disclosure of the dividends in the said AFS, which shall be attached to the annual income tax return to be filed in the year of receipt, as well as the amount of dividend deemed exempt from income tax shall be declared in reconciliation part of the said ITR. So, doon sa reconciliation part, no, yung bottom, pinaka-last portion niya ng ITR, nandoon po yung reconciliation, doon po isasama natin or papakita natin doon yung dividend na exempt, no? So, in the following taxable year, attached to the ITR, a sworn certification prepared and executed by an independent auditor. So, dapat naka-disclose po ito pag nagpa-audit kayo sa CPA. No? In the utilization or non-utilization of the dividends received by the corporation, the sworn certification on the utilization of the dividend shall receive shall confirm the taxpayer full compliance with the conditions for its exemptions. However, if the certification will state non-utilization, hindi mo ginamit yung pera, no, of the dividends received, the corresponding tax due on the unutilized dividend shall be declared as taxable income subject to surcharges, interest, and penalty if any. Halimbawa naman, ginamit mo na yung pera doon sa mga sinasabi natin yung purposes, pero hindi na ubos, no? So yung unutilized portion, yung natira, will be subjected to tax. Further, no credit or deduction under Section 34C of the tax code shall be allowed for any taxes of foreign countries paid or incurred by the domestic corporation in relation to the exempt foreign source dividends. Finally, any taxes of foreign countries paid or incurred by the domestic corporation in relation to the exempt foreign source dividend shall be disregarded in computing the limitations provided under Section 34C4 of the tax code. No? So ito po yung illustrations or example. RLI Corporation, a domestic corporation, owns 20%. No? So pasok siya doon sa exemption na sabi ng Republic Act. Of the outstanding shares of USA Corporation, a non-resident foreign corporation or NRFC, since August 1, 2015. Pagdating ng June 30, 2021, it received dividends amounting to 1 million. So, pasok ba siya sa 2 years? Yes, sumobra pa. So, from the said NRFC, the said dividend has not been used until January 13, 2023. So, ito naman ang pagkamali niya, no? Kasi hindi niya ginamit yung dividend, no? Yung pera. Kasi na-receive niya ng 2021, pero hanggang 2023, hindi niya na-utilize. So in this case, the 1 million shall be declared as taxable income for calendar year 2021 subject to surcharge, interest, and penalty since it was not utilized within the next taxable year, which is 2022. Kasi ang requirement is you have to utilize or gamitin mo, gastusin mo na the following year. Siya, tinago lang niya, hindi naman niya ni-utilize. So, nagiging taxable. RSDB Corporation, a domestic corporation, this is another example, owns 20% of the outstanding shares of UK Corporation, non-resident foreign corporation, since August 1, 2015. No? On May 1, 2021, it received dividends amounting to 1 million from the said non-resident foreign corporation, which is UK Corporation. On September 1, 2022, RSDB Corporation utilized 800,000 for its dividend payments. On January 1, 2023, it utilizes the remaining 200,000 for its working capital requirements. In this case, 500,000 shall be treated as tax exempt since this was properly utilized within 2022. No? So, pwede. On the other hand, may kulang, 200,000. Kasi 800,000 lang yung nagastos. Shall be declared as taxable income for the year 2021 subject to surcharge, interest, and penalties since the utilization is not within the following taxable year, which is in 2022. In this case naman, ginamit niya yung iba nung next taxable year, pero may natira pa, no? So in this case, yung natira na 200,000 is taxable, no? No, sabi dito, VKTD Corporation, a domestic corporation, holds 20% of the stocks of AU Corporation, no? Ibang example naman to. A non-resident foreign corporation, BKTD is a wholly owned subsidiary of JKCM Corporation, a non-resident foreign corporation. BKTD's holding in AU Corporation started in 2018, no? So 2018. And the holding period is uninterrupted, no? Kasi ang requirement natin dito is holding period na 2 years. On July 1, 2021, VKTD Corporation received dividend from AU Corporation amounting to 2 million and subsequently paid out dividends on December 31, 2022 in the amount of 1,500,000. The remaining amount of 500,000 has not been used in any qualified activity for exempt foreign sourced dividends. No? So, hindi nagamit ang 500,000. In this situation, BKTD Corporation shall be subject to income tax on the unused amount in the taxable period 2021, subject to surcharge, interest, and penalties. So, may penalty na kasi may natira na 500, hindi niya ginamit. So, ano requirements natin? It should be utilized in the next taxable year or preceding year. Kasi pag hindi mo siya ginamit, yung dividend na ni-receive mo na yan will become taxable. No? So with that, I would like to say thank you, everyone.